Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Evercade podcast. I'm here with Pete and Crow and maybe Gandalf. How's
He is
everyone
here.
doing?
You just can't see him. He's got an invisibility spell.
Yeah, he might be here. Oh, there he is.
Oh, it's funny. I read or looked at or read a interesting meme with Gandalf this morning. It showed up on my Facebook feed for some reason, and it was that scene from the second movie where it's the break of dawn and White Gandalf is talking to Aragorn
Okay.
outside just before the Palantir or after Palantir, something like that, and he goes, "Hey," Aragorn goes, "Hey, I was talking to Legolas about that you're one of the Valor's angels. You came back after your death, and you're here to save us." And Gandalf goes, "Yeah, I'm here to save you and make sure humanity survives." And then Aragorn looks at him, "But you told Pippin and Moria to go kill himself." It made me laugh. I'm not doing it justice, but it made me laugh. And then Gandalf's response was, "I did."
But
like,
that was before. Wasn't that before he had his transformation?
yeah, exactly. That was Gandalf the Grey. But anyway, I don't really
Funny.
subscribe to
Funny.
memes or anything like that, but because it's Lord of the Rings, and I just finished watching the entire series again.
Nice.
It was just funny. It was just kind of funny. My son watched them for the first time, so with me.
Cool.
So each movie took more than 6 hours because I had to answer a lot of questions.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, it's an interesting meme.
Cool. So what have you guys been playing? Have you been playing some Evercade, maybe?
No.
I've been playing,
I haven't.
I know, that's why I asked.
I played a lot of Duke Nukem Collection 1. So that was probably... I finally broke the seal on that. Video's up on the channel if you want to know my thoughts on it. But yeah, it is pretty damn fun. I had a blast with it. Yeah.
Well, I've been finally getting caught up with everything that was released on Pinball M and Pinball FX. They had released a total of, well, let's say 12 new tables. There was 14 tables overall, but 2 of them were older tables that they just got put into Pinball FX. But I finally got through all of them. So and I literally finished making videos for all of them. So they'll be being posted from now till like Christmas Eve. I've also finished 2 videos that I started like weeks ago for Evercade. So, yeah, the 2 of them, Motor City Patrol, and the other one, Dr. Stanley, the Search for Dr. Livingston. So then now that I got all the videos cut up, now I can finally actually start continuing playing Evercade stuff.
Nice.
I gotta avoid your channel for the next 2-3 weeks because I've reignited my love for virtual pinball now that I know they all work on the Steam Deck, which I feel completely stupid about not checking that out. But yeah, it's I to the point where I decided to create a playlist on my channel for virtual pinball. So I'm back, baby.
Oh wow!
And it's more than just going to be that. I've got pinball games from a bunch of different consoles I want to try. Also on handheld,
yeah.
Because there's PSP ones. There's tons anyway, but most of that'll show up for my members if it's non-Steam Deck stuff. So anyway, but yeah,
nice.
Pinball,
No, it's interesting to hear y'all's gaming habits because really, since the new carts, I've like hardly touched my Steam Deck, and that's usually I've hardly touched my deck. That's usually what happens. But no, I did finally complete.
Well, the games are really short though, right? The Duke Nukem ones are pretty short.
The first I want to say the first 2. What did I have, like 12 or so hours? To beat the first 2. So I did that. Astro Bros. I finished that yesterday, and I think I had like 7. I don't know, like 7 or so. That's a great game. All I can say is the Ranger Longbow, totally OP.
Well, the pinball stuff has got to take priority, and it's unprecedented for so many pinball tables get released in such a short amount of time. It's really weird.
I'll tell you what's like for me. What I like about these collections, kind of the same feeling that I got from Sunsoft when I was like playing
you know what I don't
Master.
like?
What?
You know what? Sorry to interrupt. I just updated my Evercade because you told me there was an update, and I'm getting a black screen. It won't update.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was like, well, there's a real so I haven't updated mine. Yeah, we'll We'll
Okay.
get to that.
Oh, you told people to update, even
No,
though you
I didn't say
haven't
update
updated
at all.
yet?
No. We talked about it. There is features that they added, and then they pulled it, and we'll get to that. They pulled the Discord announcement, and everything. Luckily through the Wayback Machine, but it's not like in the latest firmware notes.
Yeah, it's just a black screen of death.
Uh-oh.
So you can't shut it off, or you kind of don't even want to shut it off if you've
Yeah.
started an update process.
Because
Yeah.
the red light's on and stuff, so it looks like it's connected to my HDMI.
Are we talking about your VS or your
My
EXP?
My
VS, huh?
Yeah.
Not the Atomic Edition, regular one.
No, I'm not touching that baby. I'm not updating that one.
It's like, they'll never
Well,
be
you know
updated.
what? I
But,
will.
We'll say
I'll
to the
let you
chat
try to do
a
that.
second. No, but let me just finish my thought. No, what I was saying is that
Go ahead, finish your thought. Let me not interrupt you again.
That's all good. With these
Why
No,
not?
don't let me interrupt you again. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah, but it's fun interrupting him.
yeah, it was Pete that it was fun. But no, but these latest games, like the thing that I'm explaining this for a reason that I like about these carts is that I feel like I really do feel the enjoyment. I feel the nostalgia, and sometimes when I play certain games, hence some of the computer collections, I feel like it's work, right? So I like when we have carts that feel more enjoyable instead of, oh, okay, I'm just going to go through the motions and play them because it's something new.
Yeah, I totally get it because like playing the Delphine collection felt like work for me. Like it's just life. You're gonna get like that, like sometimes, right?
Yes.
It's the difference is it's like it's my own doing because I decide to collect every collection that comes out. So if I don't have this feeling with anything else because I don't buy games for any other console that I would never play. But because I want to collect everyone, it'll feel like work, and nobody should feel pity on me or you because of that. Because we
no, not saying pity. I'm just like, listen, I'm just saying there's times where like they absolutely.
My Evercade, I just hard rebooted it and it's working again.
Oh, thank God, yeah, because that's gonna my fear. Well, actually, I've been enjoying these games so much, like I don't want to I don't want to mess with updates yet unless there's something. But no, I mean,
it's it happens, right? Like they're a small little company, they're gonna make mistakes, so it is what it is. We're used to it now, right, Ed?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, I get that like they can't knock every collection out of the park, but sometimes like when you just play something like Astro Bros or the Dukes that are like so awesome, and then maybe you play, I don't know, something from one of the computer collections. I'm just kind of like, what were they thinking? That's all. Sometimes
Well, it's funny because like the whole like some of the Amiga, I was interested in playing like those games. I'm interested in playing all those games, especially ones I haven't played before. But then you get to a certain point in the collection, it's like, man, if all the games are like this, I hope they're not. It felt like it felt like with the Amiga collection, like I almost didn't want to go on to the next game.
Yeah.
But
well, the Amiga collection didn't feel like work for me. Amiga or C64. The problem is I own both of those mini consoles, and I've expanded them to have thousands of games. So it feels no matter what Evercade does, to me personally, it'll be a letdown because I can already play thousands of those games on the minis that came out for them. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. And
that's like that's a me problem. That's not a everybody else problem.
I'm just saying like the difference is like in quality. That's all. And so I get it. They want to have the computer collection appeal to that audience. Those licenses are easier to get. I wish that they'll never do this, but I wish they would release the sales numbers. Like I bet the Dukes and these dual carts sell more than anything else. But
you know why they do the different collections, right? It's pretty smart actually. So I always give props business wise where I can. It's because it pulls in an audience that would otherwise not be interested in your product. So if they go after old computer enthusiasts by having a collection, they'll probably pull in a small group of those who will buy other collections. You know what I mean? Same as with the arcade collection, same as with the different types of collections they do. So I get why they do it. Is it for me? No, not really. Like I think the weakest of all the collections so far are the computer collections in my mind. But I know why they do it. Like it's 100% because I guarantee there's a certain percentage of people who bought those collections went on to invest more into the other collections and the ecosystem.
Yes, I'd be so curious. Oh, you know what? I probably should say hi to the chat since we're 10 minutes in.
The chat's just hanging out themselves. They do their own thing.
All right, who do we have? You got Lloyd J. You got Jen Joke. Got Sucker MC. Got Jason Shears. We got the Cold Highway. We got channel member Dan Mastic. We got RG. We got RMGBTV. We got J South 5942. We got iHeartRadio, and we got the less boring Toxo. Did I already say hi to Sucker MC? Yeah, maybe they get hi twice. Ian Hobbies, and yeah, that's all we have in the house. Yeah. No, and I know that it's just interesting to speculate. There's a variation, but yeah, like these later carts. I just hope we continue to see more of these bangers, like for the second set of 2 next year. And I know we talked a little bit about that.
Bangers and mash.
Time Eternal. Nathan Foster. All right, I think we got everybody. Oh, so let's talk about a few. So for those of you who don't know, if you try to go there now, it'll say that it's unavailable. But through the magic of the Wayback Machine, they posted this on the 13th, where they talked about Evercade, new feature. And what was interesting is I noticed at the time when this came out, they didn't go to update the patch notes right away. And so I don't know if that was
tell us a little bit about this, because this surprised me, that you said they pulled these, right?
Yes, yeah. If you try to go to the...
They released an update, but they don't have the patch notes to go with it.
Well, so that's what I think you can, since you updated yours, you can tell me if you have like Turbo Fire.
I haven't updated. What number is it? This update number? Because I don't know if it's updated because of. Let me check the system. No, it still says I have an update available.
So the latest right now for the VS is 3.13.
Okay, so I've got 309, so I'll try to update it again.
Yeah.
So we need. I'd like to have somebody from Blaze on, if they're in the chat, explain why they still kept the update available but removed the patch notes.
Well, sadly, they don't really talk to us anymore, and I don't know why.
Probably me. In fact, that Crow doesn't play any of the
Wait a minute. Is this the same firmware update is number for both the EXP and EXP?
They're slightly off. The EXP is 3.15 is the latest. So they might have had more, and 3.13 is
that's what I just updated it, and so 3.1.5 is the one.
I'm just getting a black screen when I tries to update.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I wonder if they may have to set. I don't know if you have to step it to go to 310, 311. But I just wanted to point this out because I do like that they're working on some stuff. So here's kind of my opinion. I like when I see something like Turbo Fire Beta, I kind of wish they wouldn't release beta features publicly, that they would test it. That's just kind of my.
Well, who else is going to get the test it?
Or testing group on Discord?
Well, they could have them test, but I think it's kind of funny, like automatically hold it down. I mean, we know what Turbo Fire is, and then they said that their work on Turbo Fire implements arcade, which I still don't understand why Turbo Fire is so difficult, just because they're using RetroArch. I wish they would explain. So they're adding to those games, but the one thing that I didn't like is basically they're saying that it wasn't in tape mode, and you can't remap it, which is kind of
here's the thing. The reason is
my thing won't update. I had 309 on mine, and it just sits at a black screen.
Ooh.
Huh. Well, here's the thing. We already have Turbo Fire. NES games have Turbo Fire already.
Yeah, but that was by accident.
They're just implementing Turbo Fire the same way on certain games, where it's just another button is the Turbo Fire button.
Yeah,
that's why they're saying. I bet you it does work in Tate mode. All you have to do is reach up and press the other buttons.
Okay, well, it says it's not. Well, you know what? It's not supported or mappable, which, again, I don't get, because in RetroArch, you can do all this stuff. And then what I think is great is that they're starting with the high scores beta, which I thought was nice. But, for certain arcade games, but then the only bad thing is, of course, it'll wipe away some of your save states. Not too big of a deal because it's arcade. And then other improvements, and then they've been making improvements, I guess, to the SRAM and the save games, so they don't conflict with each other. And then that screenshot won't load, and save states. Use the menu. They explain. I mean, it's kind of like that for newbies. They explain the differences of what an SRAM and what a save state is.
Well, I can tell you that I just updated my XP, my EXP and VS. And I was calling the VS the XP for some reason. Yep. The VS and the EXP, and I had no issues. So it's I wonder what the issue Pete
Because
is
my
having.
update is from September, so maybe it's
Oh,
if you
Yes.
don't update regularly, it can't do multiple updates in one time.
Yeah. So
Gotcha,
you might have
okay.
to step it up. Yeah, you have to
So I'm
contact
doing a
support.
factory reset.
Yeah.
Oh, and the firmware on the VS is 3.1.3.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what's interesting because this wasn't updated yet, and then I went to check this today, and that was gone. So they said hotfix to so here it is staring me at the face. Hotfix to remove previous update while list bugs are investigated. Okay, so we did get our answer. So at least but you know what? I know why I didn't notice that. You'll see here in a second. They didn't post that on the EXP. So maybe those were VS only features, and they did that first. Okay. So they still need. Okay, so that makes sense. They still need to do more investigation. Then they removed the previous game of the month. They added the new Seahorse one, and then they updated some bezels, fixed SRAM, fixed long names, fixed various artwork, and then Pico collect. That's what I do find to be hilarious, and everybody's different. Like for me, the priority is get stuff working. You will find that there are certain people that will find the fix this title, fix this stuff that I wouldn't notice. But
well, they did occasionally fix stuff like chain reaction save states are finally fixed. Apparently, I haven't tested it myself, but
that would be good to know. That would be good to know.
That is fixed.
That's good. And see if you see here for good because I stopped playing that game for a while for that reason because I wanted to save my high scores and I wanted. So this is basically the same thing except there weren't any bugs, which leads me to believe that whatever they get worked on the VS, they'll do here. But they added some banners. I guess were those missing for Namco 1 and 2? I don't know. And they fixed other various games artwork.
Yeah, I still after a factory reset still get the same problem on mine. So
I bet you might have to go to 10, and they might have to give you the different versions to load offline.
Yep. I have already done that with my white one to fix it, so I can't believe I got to keep doing that. Got to call support and get the same thing from them.
That's a pain. Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter what patch you're updating or how long you've had the thing turned off. You've got to be able to update it if you want to. What if you bought one? What if one's been on a shelf for a year or so and you buy it and you go to update it and you can't because the firmware on it is too old?
Yeah. What's the EXP's latest update?
I just
3.15.
Yeah, 3.14.
Yeah. But for me though, when I see that there was an update and then it was pulled, I might. But then I'm like, well, maybe then now I feel like I do need to update because I don't want to be behind. But yeah, I've just been so into playing games. It's kind of like sometimes when I would turn on my Steam Deck and all these games and update, and I'm like, I just want to play. So I felt. I mean, good on Blaze that they caught it and then they rolled it back. But then I'm like, shouldn't they have caught that in testing? I don't know.
What testing? That throwing that out in beta is testing.
That's awesome. Pete is a member 4 months.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Yep.
Doing my part.
Yep. Thank you for your support. Anyone who wants to do their part can also. My little plug. No, but what I mean is should that when I see stuff like that, I kind of feel like that never should have left internal testing. That's all. I don't know.
You're assuming they have internal testing.
Well, we know they do. No, they do. There's a group. There's a beta testers group, and there's other people that are part of the team. They've doubled the size. There are they do testing, and I know they're a small company, but it's just maybe they try to get stuff out.
No matter how much you
test,
no matter how much you test, though, there's gonna be situations that they're not gonna account for.
Oh, agreed. But for them to actually pull it, that's pretty bad. I don't know what that's pretty bad. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that they caught it, but.
And the reason they were pulling it was because it was ruining save states. Was that it?
No, I don't know.
Well, now I'm updating my EXP. That bricks it. I'll be pissed.
Yeah, they just said hotfix to remove previous update while list bugs are investigated. So apparently it caused other bugs or other issues and other stuff like that.
I'm getting a little confused when they removed it. So they updated, they put out an update, but then they put out another update right away, right after. Is that what they did?
That's what I'm speculating. I don't know, because when I saw that those features first went up, it said beta, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this right away with it being a beta, and then they pulled that down, and then I don't know if they rolled that back. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the whole button reassignment thing is it still in beta? It was in beta for a long time. It might still be in beta. I don't remember.
Someone put our carts getting fried. I don't know. I don't know. And then Dan asked,
how would that fry the carts? I'm trying to.
Unless they were, the only thing if I have to speculate, because I don't know if there were cart updates that were part of that, but that wasn't mentioned here. That wasn't mentioned, so I don't know. Yeah, good point. But yeah, it wouldn't mess with the carts unless they were like specific cart updates. One thing I will say speaking of cart, with the Super Pocket, when I put in one of my Atari collections and updated it, I forget where I found out that this has like 4 gigs of internal memory. Oh, so speaking of which, I do want to play for you guys because I thought it was kind of funny that they did a they did a quick little Super Pocket video on the Hyper Megatech channel. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but
I think I saw it.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, let me play because it's kind of.
Actually, let me put this back. Let me put this another way. I had it played in a playlist, so I heard it, and I think I maybe looked over once at the screen.
It's kind of funny. It's some interesting. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny. Hopefully the volume isn't too loud. But you'll see it's like showing some games. Hyper Megatech. I mean, they're showing like the practical use case for it.
Why didn't he take his? I thought he was going to the arcade without his wife and kid.
But there's my favorite part that's coming up.
The way he's playing that game, I'm waiting for him to get hit by a car while he's crossing the street.
Right. Wait for it. There we go. That is so gross, by the way.
Gross.
You're getting your Super Pocket to a public bathroom.
You get feces on it. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. They're like, oh, that's weird. They're like bathroom buddies.
Now they're Hyper Megatech. They're full of poop.
Wait. That was the Accolades trailer?
Yeah.
Where were the accolades?
I don't know. That's just what they named it.
I thought while that video was playing, they were showing like quotes from people.
I don't know. I never saw that. So.
Maybe they forgot to put that in.
Now, the one thing that I will say that is kind of neat and why they're able to do that is because everything is legally licensed. So they are able to put. It's not like Ambernick is gonna, they're not gonna cause attention to themselves and say like 1,000 illegally loaded ROMs, So I think I think that is neat, to get traction on it.
That is so very British, that trailer with the hat.
Speaking of it, remember Pete? I think it was on our other podcast where you were talking about how they should send it to the Super Pocket to the Gen X grown-ups or whatever.
Yeah.
That he finally did talk about the
Super Pocket. He did a video on it. Yeah, he didn't like the screen
because he wasn't even like paying attention to it, and people were bugging him, and he finally did it, and he was like, "I can't believe I've been ignoring this. This is so much better than like the My Arcade stuff and everything."
Yeah, yeah. Didn't like the only criticism he had was the screen. And I'm like, no, he needs to wear his glasses. I'm like, well, that's a you problem, dude.
I agree with him because it's only 2.8.
No, he said that screen was really good. He said
no. At the end, he said he just needs to wear his glasses to play it.
Well, I would need to wear my glasses, but I need to straighten. And that's the thing is, I need to strain a little bit more than this than playing. Here's what sucks. The SP is slightly wider. It's like 2.9. This is 2.8. But if they like where the bezel is, if they just filled it in, that would have been so much. And that's why I kind of said like for a legal device, yes, this is the best. But if you compare it to like an Ambernick or something for the same prices, then which they've done all those things, add the screen that, and I wish I had more real estate here.
Well, here's the thing: is okay. The reason the screen resolution is 4:3 or the aspect ratio is 4:3 is because it's primarily the games that are on it. None of the games that are on it are widescreen. So if somebody were to buy this and we're playing the games on it, they'd be willing. Why is the screen this wide? Why is there always black bars?
No, I know. if they had made this like a 3.5, or even like a 3, like 4, but then that would have been killer. That and a little bit better. I mean, like for me, like it gets the job done. Like while I was waiting for you guys to join the show, I'll play. This is definitely like a pick up and play. It's not something that I'm going to play hours of Evercade on for sure.
Well, I will say that his video on it made me pick up the Taito Super Pocket and play it because I forgot Growl was on it. And I wound up playing all the way through Growl.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely spend more time. I've just been kind of putting it like around the house to see. I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, it's a neat little device. Hopefully, it'll get more traction. But then the kind of the question is like, will you end up getting another one? Like, is this something you all are going to collect, or?
Well, it depends on how frequently they put them out. 2 a year, yes, I'll buy them all. 2 a month, no.
Yeah. Maybe if they did like a Tetris one, I don't know. Like I said, maybe Tetris, maybe Namco. I don't know, but we'll have to see here. That's why at some point I thought about getting one of those other Ambernicks just to kind of compare, but I don't know. Too many devices, right?
I wonder how they're selling, because if they're not selling, they probably just might abandon the product.
True.
Right? Think about it. If their target market is going to, make a decision, Evercade EXP or Hyper Megatech, they might be spending their money on the EXP, right? Or the VM.
Well, they might not make that decision until after the holidays because they're going to wait and see, And maybe it's doing really good since they put out an Accolades trailer.
Yeah, it's getting accolades, but there was no accolades.
Yeah, they forgot the accolades.
Just two really spiffy dudes, not washing their hands and playing their game while they're taking a poop. That's kind of gross.
Maybe they omitted that sequence for clarity. Maybe we forgot. Maybe they didn't show us pooping. Maybe they didn't show us like. They didn't want to show us them like wiping down the Super Pockets with like wet ones or whatever.
I guess the accolades are like you you can play while you poop, I guess.
I wonder if this will get abandoned because Blaze has put out other like devices like this in the past, like some other Atari devices and things. And
well, the difference is that they were just standalone devices. They weren't really meant to like to have sequels or whatnot.
Yes, because if somebody asked me like right now, and this was kind of even before this, like when we had sold the OG handheld, if somebody asked me, "Hey, I'm interested in getting the Evercade, what would I buy?" And for me, I'd ask them this one important, do you want to play the device connected to your TV or do you want to play handheld? And if it's connected to the TV, the VS, if it's handheld, the EXP, like I wouldn't recommend this to somebody getting into Evercade. I'd recommend.
What if they say I want to do both?
Well, then it's like primarily because technically the EXP you can plug it into the television still. So it's
exactly. So
and then you kind of say the price point and all that. But I'd recommend one of those two because you're going to get the better screen. Kind of like with the OG handheld came out, it was cheaper. But I'm like, no. If you're going to get into Evercade, get the better screen because I kind of feel like that's one of the nice things about being in the Evercade ecosystem is having the better device.
Can you even buy the original anymore?
I want to say yes. Let's look at Fun Stock and Video Games Plus.
I mean, I wouldn't even recommend the original for the simple fact that they're now relying on updates more, and if there's no Wi-Fi on that original.
You can't even buy the original anymore, can you?
That's what I just said. I was like, can you even buy the original anymore?
Yes.
If
I could hit the right share screen button. Yes. Yeah, you can get for $100 you can get it with the 3 games.
I'll play. You looked at Fun Stock.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to buy from Fun Stock?
Video Games Plus. I mean, I doubt like Best Buy is gonna. They probably unless it's gonna be if Best Buy has it, it'll be their marketplace.
I originally bought my stuff at Best Buy.
It'll probably be used
because it is the best place to buy stuff.
Well, it is when you have a gift card.
Let me see. I'm scrolling through here to see if they.
I don't think you can. I don't even think it's listed on Amazon anymore.
No way.
No, you can't get it through. You can't get it through VGA. So it's going to be like a second market. But yeah, they have it here. But see, like for me though, like getting the V like $114 and you get two, like that's a good deal. It's more over double the cost, but again, or somebody just says, "Hey, I just want something casually to play. I'm only interested in playing the Taito games, the Capcom games. I'm not really interested in the ecosystem of the carts." Then sure.
But if somebody says, "I'm not interested in having a Peggy logo on my stuff,"
that's only you.
You're so weird.
So yeah, it's just it's
You know what Crow is
like,
actually saying? He's anti-European. That's
Ooh.
exactly.
no,
what
I'm not, because I mentioned this.
Anti-European.
I mentioned this. I don't like the ESRB rating either. I don't like it when that's on stuff too.
Nobody
But
likes
I'll-
ratings.
But I'll tell you why the screen size is important for different things, because like their market is for people like us, like I want to say like people that are like 35 or in their 40s, getting older, wearing glasses. Like I mainly only wear my glasses when I'm on the computer or do things up close. So yeah, the size of the screen is really important. And I wonder maybe like in 5 years, like I said, like the EXP is too small. I don't know. But that's
However, you're talking about you must be farsighted, because if you're nearsighted, you'd be able to play that without glasses.
yeah. So, but for me though too, it's like as I've gotten older, I usually have to get a new prescription every few. My eyes kind of more like I have to get a new prescription because my eyes kind of more strain, and a lot of it has to do with like I'm on the for my job I'm on the computer like a lot of people like 8 hours a day and looking at screens all the time, and so sometimes because of that like right after like I like just to sit back and play the
do what I did and get LASIK eye surgery.
Yeah, I thought about. That could be another conversation. I'd have to look into that because. but anyways, but seriously though, there's different pros and. I think this was the problem is this was just meant to just be a pick up and plug and play device by the public. That maybe I don't think Blaze thought that people like us would scrutinize it to death. Like people who really need the ecosystem would scrutinize it to death.
They do.
Then just good.
Why wouldn't they have known?
I was going to say just the fact that the Switch is.
did they not know that YouTube and the internet exists? I have one of their original products. The Neo Geo Gold was a Blaze.
Really, they were the ones that did that. I didn't realize that.
It overheats like crazy, and like it gets so hot it scares me. But yeah, I have the Neo Geo Gold, the one with the detachable.
Yeah, that's the one where you can put the handheld inside the base, right?
Yeah, and I got one game. I have one game with it.
I was kind of interested in that, then I heard the emulation wasn't that great.
No, it's awful. It's so bad. I bought it on impulse like 10 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, going somewhere for the weekend. Maybe I'm taking this with me. Maybe throwing like one game.
Just realized that was another console that they created then that took cartridges, because they sold those games on SD cards or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, the Neo Geo X. Yeah. Yep. Like these guys always. What do you mean they always bully me? Let me give me. Fun. But yeah, so it's it's all good stuff.
Radio, grow a pair. You can't bully a 40-year-old man. Sorry.
Well, so the other thing too that I will say is I'm like, there's nobody that just plays like just Evercade dedicated without any other type of console, right? Like that doesn't exist. So like I want to say most people have like a Switch, or they also have some other handhelds that have bigger screens. So it's like you can't help to not compare it to that. You know what I mean? Like for me, like even the EXP now is just big enough. Like I still wish that was bigger.
Yeah, I think they'll probably put out an XL. Why not? Right? Screens aren't super cheap. Oh, RMGP at one type. Well, Blaze changed. Well, they probably because they're owned by a husband and wife. Me and Crow figured that out last year. But yeah, so as the husband and wife actually own a bunch of companies, and one of them was Blaze Entertainment.
Oh.
That's why like Andrew's not like CEO or owner or anything like that. He just runs it for them.
Oh.
Yeah. It's owned by a husband and wife, and maybe a brother or something like that. Yeah.
So who's in charge? So then is Ryan? Is he just the PR guy, or does he do
No,
the
Ryan
license
is the
deals?
engineer. He's
I'm
the
sorry.
technical guy.
That's right. I mean Sean. I get
Sean's
confused.
marketing.
Okay. Then who does the licensing deals?
Andrew.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because when I got Andrew to get the Intellivision license, I work with Andrew and Tommy Talrico and Phil Adams in Intellivision.
Oh, okay.
Still haven't seen my royalty check on that yet.
Was that part of the contract?
No, there was no contract.
Okay. I always again. I just always wonder who has influence over that, because I think definitely going after the Duke and like doing like the doing the like that was the right direction. Getting the Astros, getting Good Boy, getting like that is 100% like the right direction.
So Pete's to blame for the. Hey, those are great collections. You finally can play Cloudy Mountain mobile. I mean, come on.
They're not. Yeah, they're not bad collections.
They're good
They're
collections.
good. They got some good games on there. Yeah.
Just don't ask Ed, because Ed doesn't know how to use a controller that has more than one button.
You have to.
The
thing is, you do have to read the manuals for.
The first collection.
Yeah, but
the first
I kind of grew
collection.
up playing Intellivision, so I kind of knew the game. So
No, listen.
Yeah.
The first collection they did right. The second collection, most of the game, the play control is so horrible. I was like, what? Shouldn't even gotten made. That was just so
What are you
frustrating.
talking about? The only really bad game on both those collections was the ice hockey one, because to pass, you required you to use the numpad, the number pad, and they had no really access to that.
Like the driving games, I kind of felt like.
I really liked the driving game, to be honest.
yeah,
I thought that was really
why would
good.
you not boast about Intellivision collections? I think they're really good. Like, I don't understand. Like,
It takes
they're
like
not-
maybe
they're
half
not
an
the
hour.
Greatest collections. They're just good collections.
Yeah, auto racing took a while to get used to, but once I figured it out, that was fun.
Yeah, like Thunder Castle is fantastic. See, like that's like
Dude,
that's
there's a lot of killer games on there. Like, I mean, geez, you can't. How can you? There's classics on there. Like, there's classic games on there. You can't consider yourself a retro gamer if you don't think they're not classic games. Like, I mean, come on.
Thin Ice is really good.
That's why I said the first collection. The first collection they did really well. The second one had the zombie game on it, which I thought was cool. And Princess Quest. That's what I mean. That's like they put all the really good games they could license on the first collection.
No,
Was it Thunder Castle on the second collection?
No, that's on the first.
The second collection got some really.
Let me
good
see
ones.
here. Oh, I got to look at this collection now.
Yeah, I was like, what did it get?
You got auto racing on the second one.
Tower of Doom was on the second one.
Tower
Cloudy
of
Mountain
Doom,
was on the
man.
second. What? Super Pro Skiing. I really like that one. Auto Racing was on the second one. Now, okay, so
Cloudy
those
Mountain.
four. Hover
Cloudy
Force
Mountain.
wasn't bad.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Cloudy Mountain, Tower of Doom.
Like, I mean, it's not as strong as the first one, but there's still some really good games on there.
Yeah. First one was better, but the second one still had at least 4 or 5
the
really
Tower,
good games
like
on
that, I couldn't get into because the problem is something like Tower of Doom. It was designed for the Intellivision probably to have all the overlays and everything.
Not really. I was able to play it. I've never seen the overlays.
Yeah, me neither. Well, actually, no, I own the overlays, but either way, yeah, I would say one is better than two, but they're not like. There's a lot worse collections out there.
Tower of Doom. I was looking at my list. Tower of Doom was my number one game in that collection, and I'd never played it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of these racing games.
I mean, in the first one, Night Stalker, Astro Smash. I mean, those are all classic games.
Yeah, those are classics.
Thin Ice.
Yeah. No, that's why I said like the first one.
Snafu, like Shark Shark's kind of crappy, but that's a kid's game. But I mean, like, come on. Come on.
Sure.
Don't hate the games because you hate the company.
Sharp Shot was actually really interesting because that was
that's free
brought
game.
about from TV Pow. Ever hear of TV Pow, where you can play the video games over the phone?
Yeah, they just
those
took
games. Yeah, they took those 4 games and made it in television collection.
Yeah, they took the best part of it. Like the football game's fun, the Cloudy Mountain part is fun. Like they just sliced a little piece off.
That's why they're all just one button games.
So here's what's interesting because and I get and that's why I've said that like
that's a good point. This is a really good point.
For the UK, I understand that they don't like that. Maybe they don't like these or like Atari, just kind of the same way that I can't relate to.
Exactly, we don't like certain of their collections. Like when they put a Spectrum collection out, I know I'll hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just because I didn't like. That's a very British thing.
Yeah,
and some American enthusiasts, such as TJ.
It would take some to get used to the way the graphics look. Yeah, the rainbow.
No, that's it's not just that. It was yeah, it's just that the Spectrum was a really, really, really popular, cheap computer way back when. They actually had we do have a version of that here in the US, but it did not sell at all. It was made by Timex. It was the Timex Spectrum.
Yeah.
And nobody bought it here.
They were better than
everybody's playing
Gremlin.
C64 and Atari 8-bit computers. That's why.
Yeah, we all had better computers already.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like arguing over collections, we all do it, but it's stupid because they're everybody will have favorites, right? So there's no definitive argument which is the best collection or which is a crappy or which is a great collection. Except we all know that Worms collection is horrible.
That's my number one collection. That's the one collection
Yeah,
I'll
I
keep
know. I
in
just
my
told
Evercade EXP.
It's
Yeah, I
actually
think that's great.
it's no longer my worst one. I can say that.
No, the thing.
My worst, yeah, my
the
worst
thing
one
with
is like the
Worms-
Gremlin collection.
No, so the difference is with something like Worms, I would say it's a binary collection that it's either a 1 or a 0, and that if you like Worms, you're gonna love it and you're gonna think it's the best collection. If you're not into Worms, you're not gonna like it. There's no other way to because it's just Worms. With these other collections, there's a multitude of different games, and so you can judge them like the Gremlin collection.
What's funny was with the Worms collection, it's just one game. It's just Worms Armageddon. I don't even really like the other two on it.
Yeah. So no, I think it's great talking about the different collections and whatnot. Just for me, the start of the next year, Indie Heroes 3, yeah, that'll be cool, but we already knew about it. And then like the C64 computer. I just hope at some point we start to see other computers just for a variety. You know what I mean?
Well, we got C64, we got Amiga. What else do we need?
We need more MX2. Because those are like the better.
I haven't gotten to that one yet, but I've played MX2 stuff before. I mean, I'd like to see the Konami MX2 stuff, but
I don't know.
I'm not too into that. That's a lot more like the ColecoVision, like that, like in power wise.
I think, and again, I think I've said this. My main issue with the computer collections that I want to see more of the homebrew because those are the better games. People Well,
here's the thing: is like when you think about it, a lot of those computer games were actually homebrew games way back when they originally were released.
But I want to say that, but I think that
a lot of them were just made by one person.
Yeah, but kind of like when you see like Atari homebrew now, like they can really push the systems to the limits, and they can do a lot.
And the only reason they can really do that is because they have better tools now than they did back then.
Exactly, and that's
That's why almost anybody can make an NES game these days because they have NES makers, NES game makers that you could just go and do.
Yeah,
so that's how a couple of the games in the Indie Heroes were created.
Yeah. Yeah, then you could argue like how good or not depending on the game. Yeah, more MX. Yeah, there's some like sort of Iana or Ivana, whatever. That game is fantastic, and that was MX2. Like had we gotten like the, I think I may even said like the Spectrum version of that, it wouldn't have been as good in my opinion because it's the like graphically and everything else. And I just want to point out like that is a game where you did have to get used to the controls. And so for some of these games I can be a little bit more patient, but for some of them it's just depends.
Yeah, the Sharp X68000. I would love to see games from that.
Really?
Yeah, they're really good games on that.
Like Game Freak, yes, kind of the same issues that I have with this collection was like the play control and so like the controls on so many of those games. For me, that's what a snooze fest. Yeah, so it's interesting. Oh, Cannon Fodder, yeah, that was probably the best game on that collection. Actually, I did enjoy that.
People would complain that it's not the best version of Cannon Fodder because will we get the Amiga version of Cannon Fodder, which people would like way more.
Yeah. After defending, no, I'm not defend. No, listen, for Intellivision. I'm in the middle. I said the first collection I really liked. The second collection not so much because of the controls and some of the like for RPGs and stuff like Tower, like for me, like I want it to be like I don't know, like Final Fantasy or Zelda, where you can just jump into it. I don't like a bunch of menus. I don't know. For me,
Zelda, I'd say is an action RPG.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Final Fantasy, like if we compare it to Super Skid Marks.
Oh man,
Yeah, no, I'm not defending
What?
it.
Really? That was my least favorite game on that cartridge. I didn't like Super Skip Marks at all.
So, to be clear, like I was going to say, I don't defend anything. I'll say, and that's why I'll always like give my disclaimer and say like, hey, I like this or I don't like or whatever. And that's why I say like I totally understand why somebody would not like Atari. Like I understand that 1,000% because they probably look at it like, what are these weird little primitive graphics? These are games old men, and that's probably a lot of people like look at retro games in general, and I get that it's like not for them. So, but like we are those old men, so we can talk about that stuff. What else? Yeah, Aka Sport Car. Yeah, see that's the only thing is I just wish, I just wish again that the things would be more targeted towards like a world, like more like a world audience. Kind of like that, like they've started to like don't and I get that Blaze is a British company, but it's just don't have those carts where like they're too niche within a niche. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know what? They should focus on Leisure Vision. That's the collection we need because that is obscure and nobody knows what I'm talking about. But in the US, it's called Emerson. But in Canada, it was the most popular region for it. It was called Leisure Vision. And they're in between Atari and ColecoVision graphics.
You're talking about the Emerson Arcadia 2001?
That's it. Yeah, but in Canada, it was called the Leisure Vision. And it is fantastic. And I can remember playing it as a kid.
I think I had one of those at one point.
Yeah,
I was trying to find
the cartridges had a dual cart. They were long, and both ends had a different game on it sometimes. So it was really cool.
Laser Vision, a bunch of i6.
I bet you no one in chat knows what I'm talking about. It's called Leisure Vision. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Leisure or Laser?
Yeah,
Leisure Vision. So in Canada, it was called Leisure Vision. Here it was the Emerson Arcadia 2001.
Because I thought Emerson. I thought he was saying Laser Vision, and I'm like, bunch of LASIK.
Leisure Vision. It had like 40 or 50 games for it.
Yeah, there. And what was weird about, I remember the cartridges all having this rainbow effect on it.
Yeah, it was like it's just check it out. It is really cool.
It had controls a lot like the Intellivision, correct?
Yeah,
the controller was. Yeah,
better controller in my opinion.
Yay, dollar bill. Yeah. Okay.
Well, what about the Bailey Astrocade? Why don't we get that? That was a little bit more popular here.
Now I'm wondering. I'm wondering next year though what they're. So we know they're going to target computer collections. I'm hoping that they will still get some more arcade because arcade is very weak this year.
What about the Magnavox Odyssey 2? Would you count that as a console or a computer?
No.
No what?
Both.
Because it was a console, but it had a keyboard built in.
Any theories after? Well, it's hard to say, right? Because now I wonder if we still have a chance of getting Sega titles, and Sega's re-envisioning a bunch of things. Do they want their retro versions to be out there? You know what I mean?
Well, they don't need Blaze to get their stuff out there. All they got to do is put out a collection. Bam, their stuff's out there. They do it all the time.
Yeah, but it's like if you want to own like a physical, like a real physical media.
They do that all the time. Just buy it on the Switch, physical cartridge.
Yeah, but that's even iffy because with some of those you can't download the full, like you have to download extras after the fact. Sometimes, definitely CDs, no, but for the Switch it depends. Because for some of these collections they'll go cheap and they'll use the smaller size cards. And
how big of a card do you need for old arcade like Sega classics?
But I know like Bad Little Pixel will complain about like only like half the collection or something. Like, yeah, I agree with that. So but I don't know. But still though, I mean it could just be like when you put if you put in like a cart in the Switch, you don't get that same like sound, and this feels more like a cart. The Switch is more like an SD card. It's not the.
So your argument is that when you put the card in the Switch, it doesn't make the same sound as when you put the card in the Evercade.
Well, and it doesn't feel nostalgic. No, I'm serious because like that the one thing that Blaze did that they nailed it with like the size and the feel of the card too. When you put it in and you hear that click, and that's like
the click is coming from the sound because from the speakers from the TV.
I know, but
Switch does that too. You put it in, it goes click.
But what I'm saying is like the feel of the cart, though, the way that it's packaged. That's like how you get a real instruction manual. Like that's all the stuff that like Nintendo is out of touch with that they didn't do.
Hey, I've gotten Switch games that come with a real manual.
Right, but it's rare though. Like it takes limited games or another thing. That's what I'm saying is like for the whole physical media aspect, like 100%, like Blaze has they've gotten that right from the beginning. Like the size of the carts, the way they make it.
I'll tell you who's got it right. I can tell you who's almost does it better than Blaze, and that's Premium Edition Games.
Never heard of them.
Let me show you what they do.
And then how much does it cost?
Okay, I picked a game at random.
Retro,
got about 10 releases. Yeah. They're all Switch games, but they give you the Switch game. It comes with an outer slipcover, and then another slipcover, and then you're getting every game comes with a dog tag, metal dog tag. You've got the premium challenge card. So if you can do the challenge, you post it on social media, they'll send you a patch.
So that's neat.
You've got the instruction manual, and the instruction manual has a foil, like it's got this foil effect on it. It's full color. It's a thick card stock.
How much was that though?
This, I can't remember. No more than $60. No more than the cost of a regular. No more than the cost of a regular Switch game. It doesn't. This isn't like and then they have even more premium versions. Like they have like bigger boxes, a little bit more expensive. This is their standard.
But it's $60. Yeah, but it's $60 though. The Evercade carts are $20, so that's the.
What does this mean? Blaze said this year will be like low league compared to what they have for 2024. What? Like, so you expect a big year for 2024?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Low league. I've never heard the reference low league before. That's why.
No.
I might have to look it up because I don't really remember now.
Yeah. Well, so far that's where
Oh, okay. $40.
Yeah. So it's and that's and again that's why like I don't compare and say like, well, the Steam Deck. That's why I don't like the screen is so much better. Well, yeah, it's like a $400 device, so that's you have to compare it realistically within price range. But that's all I'm saying is I think like Blaze, the physical media part, they have that down 100%.
Oh, they're hinting something big. I've never heard them hint anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they are. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But so far, like last year, we got we get the Indie Heroes, and then we got like, was it one of the Toplin collections? So at least we got like an arcade to balance it out. That's why this year I kind of feel like, well, we got another computer collection. So it's. I was hoping for again having the Duke carts, having the Astro, having all the recent influx of all these good carts. Like now, I'm kind of expecting that type of quality, and maybe I'm setting myself up for.
You're already assuming the C64 Collection 3 is going to be bad.
It's put it this way: it's not that it's going to be bad, but it's not going to be as good as the other collections. I think
it's going to be just as good because I know these games that are on there.
We'll see. I'll give it a chance, but the home
I'll
computer
decide when I play it. Yeah. That's how I do it.
Yeah. There are games on there that people are gonna be like, well, I'm buying it just for that game.
Yeah.
Paradroid, and I can't remember the other one that people were saying. Boulder Dash. That's probably not even the one I'm thinking of. Holy crap!
Analog sticks.
It came already?
Oh, it's your phone. Yeah, it would, but we don't have a lot of PlayStation games yet, so it'll be.
This just arrived at the doorstep.
Oh, what'd you get?
It's a 3D printer.
Ooh.
I was not expecting that for weeks.
Yeah. You better go get it before Porch Pirate gets it.
Yeah.
It's inside the house already. My wife got it. That's who sent me the picture.
The only point that I want to hit home is like now we see some dual carts here. Now that we've started to see kind of more of these games with fewer games, and in my opinion, higher quality. I hope Blaze continues that trend. That's all.
All I know is you don't think that C64 games are high quality.
No, so C60. No, in my opinion, C64 is a pure nostalgia thing, and because and I kind of feel like with PlayStation One with 3D, because even then, like some games, I was like, this stuff
Let
looks
me
really
rephrase this.
blocky.
Wouldn't all of these games then be pure nostalgia?
No, I'll tell you not necessarily no because pixel. I don't care what anyone says. Pixel art still holds up, and that's why people play like Stardew, that like modern.
You saying that the C64 doesn't use pixel art?
Not at all, dude. It's like not at all. It's all three.
Okay, so there's no
No,
sprites
like
in the C64 games.
or no. The problem is that they're all like they're textures, and they're all like color textures that are stretched, and like if you watch like Modern Venture Gamers video, he did like a breakdown and talked like they only had like a certain amount of memory, and it's a Nintendo because they decided to keep carts, which really at that point you had no business to. They were very limited, and that's why like if you look at the first like Resident Evil, it's just like 3D games don't hold up. They really
Yeah, I agree with Jay South.
no, but even like dude, even back then, I remember seeing like Mario 64, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, why does everything look very crude? And I don't know.
Somebody did do a Super Mario Brothers C64 port that looks exactly like the NES version.
That's weird. But it's just it just for me. I don't like what's the most nostalgic is just pixel art, and that's that's why like I don't like when they take 2D games and they make it 3D games because something is lost in that, and like 2D animation is still like a lot more fluid. Like it's difficult to or if you want to have good 3D animation, then you're watching something like Grand Theft Auto that's like too realistic. Again, these are just how like for me when I play a game, I want to know that I'm going to play a game unless we get like the Star Trek holodeck, then that's a virtual reality. That's like totally different. It's not,
I think you'll like Boulder Dash. If you haven't played it,
but then
you're
again,
gonna like Boulder Dash.
If you like again, I always say this, if you like 64, that's your system. Like I'm not taking away from that. Like I want people to enjoy however they play retro gaming. Just for me in particular, I that was something I never identified. I talk too much with my hands. I never really identified with. That's and like for the Sega Saturn, that's kind of why like they say like it's like a 2D powerhouse because a lot of people that are into that admit that like the 3D games are kind of like meh. It's just the time era. PlayStation was, the technology wasn't there. Like I do remember seeing like Tomb Raider being blown away or like Resident Evil. Looking back at that, and I'm like, ooh, I probably need some sock puppets. So yeah, but 2D pixel art still. That's what I'm saying. 2D pixel art still holds up. That's like the one. That's all. Because it's a different style.
You can't deny the C64 has better music.
No, I don't.
You can't deny it.
Are you guys done yet?
Yeah, I think we're done. Go ahead.
No,
it's like
go ahead.
There's a cloud outside that you guys can go yell at too.
Yeah.
I've yelled at all the clouds today.
Yeah.
I let myself get sucked into that.
They got the point. You gotta wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, the good thing is we do have all this variety, or we wouldn't even be talking about it. But for next year, like I do hope we could still get some type of first party Sega Arcade, Konami, TurboGrafx. Come on, something like that.
Play all those games everywhere else. I don't want any collections that I already got minis of. I just don't. Like, I mean, that's the same problem. If I get a Sega collection, well, why don't I just play one of my 2 Sega minis? Or if I get a Turbo collection, why don't I just play my Turbo? Like, because they're not going to get any other games that aren't licensed for those. So, like, arcade. More arcade games.
Yeah. But I mean, then you could argue you could fire up all those on MAME, but it's nice having a curated collection of everything.
I do. Sega collection, Sega Mini 1, Sega Mini 2, Turbo
Yeah.
Neo Geo 1. I've got them all on minis.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, it's just there's a falsity to that argument, like every other argument. It's like, a lot of people.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's like
games.
the only new thing that Evercade has actually brought is those Duke Nukem remasters. That's it. Everything else you can play anywhere somewhere else.
Yeah. But it's the physical it's the physical media. It's the plug and play. It's having a curated collect. It's the nostalgia feel of that's the whole. That's the whole.
Well,
thing.
I think the only reason I would be okay with Sega collection, Turbo collection, is because the minis are so expensive right now to get those on the second-hand market. So you could
really
play them cheaper on there.
Those Sega Genesis minis are expensive.
I don't know. Are they still available? I don't think you can buy them, right?
No.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I'm
like
curious.
I see I have like that exact same like Sega collection like on my PS4, but it'd be nice to have something a little different or Sega Arcade, and it would just be cool to have it as a physical cart that you could always play offline. You know, that kind of size of the sock.
What's the big conversation about socks for?
Because I was thinking I talked too much with my hands, and I almost like knocked over
Oh, you need a sock
my
puppet?
mic. And so yes, somebody said they need a sock puppet, and that's how the whole thing kind of like started.
Oh, okay. Because you can get a pair of socks if you order from Funstock for the new collections.
Ah,
The pre-order, you can get a pair of socks, but I'm not
really?
pre-ordering Funstock ever again. Unless it's only, that's the problem. You got to go to Funstock for their limited edition stuff.
Yeah, I wish VGA Plus. I wish they would let VGA Plus do that.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a miss. It's a miss because you got to pay duty on a pile of stuff. It's crazy.
It
Yeah.
don't matter. You get the games without the ESRB/PEGI logo. So
Well,
it's a
no,
win.
well, you can no, but Pete's like talking like the Duke Nukem comp. That was the only way you could get it from them. You couldn't order from anybody.
Yeah, only place you can get it was Funstock
Yeah, I know. Oops.
or eBay. What are they going for on eBay right now?
Well, the minis?
No,
Not that much.
The Atomic Edition.
Oh, I didn't even should look at that.
Oh my God, the Evercade. So, Okay, this is
$308.
yes, yeah. So yeah, $50 and you get wow. So they're charging you like $13 for
sold
socks.
for $450 plus $70 shipping in Canada for $500.
US wise, it looks like it is around 340, 350 maybe, somewhere around there. That seems where the buy it nows and bidding seem to be landing when it's sold.
Can you buy the socks by them? See, that's like
Yeah, you
I
can
know,
buy
like,
the sock. You can
there's
buy
no
the
way I'm
stuff by
paying for
itself.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a store at the mall that kind of specializes in socks where they were $20. Like, and this was $5, I would buy it. But I'm not. But no. That's
Jeez, where are you
ridiculous.
buying socks for $5 at? The dollar store?
$5 for like a dozen, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like at Walmart or any other place, you get like but I'm saying like $5 just for just for that I would. But
Yeah,
no,
they
I'm
don't. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's a pretty scammy price there, fun stuff.
not.
They had to knit those by hand.
Oh yeah, the old.
It doesn't
school,
matter.
like,
I only wear white socks. I don't wear any other color.
I've never opened this cable. I still have it in the. I was like looking at that. They're like, huh? I never had to use to test. No, I know.
Actually, that's
like
my life
purchase it-
hack.
Oh.
Is that I only buy one specific kind of sock. That way I don't have to match them when I do laundry.
Yeah, how do you
There you
update
go.
the socks?
No, I know some people like him. Like I know Rich, he's kind of since he went into getting the pin collection, so it is kind of neat there. But for me, like I just like the cards, kind of the same way for Full Void. Why I didn't get the special edition? I didn't care for any of the other goodies.
I got the special edition so I could sell it one day for tons of money. There's sucker born every day.
Yeah, the top. So what's and this is like what people
Man, the
do, like
sock
with analog
conversation's
pockets and stuff.
awesome.
Like when the Atomic Edition comes out, some people will buy two, sell the other one in the secondary market, and then have it like pay for itself.
That's too much work for me. I don't want to do that. That's way too much work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only one I actually sold was the Evercade EXP Founders Edition, and that's because the original shipment was stolen. So
Yeah.
I wound up I was like, okay, well, I'll just buy the white one and sell the Founder Edition whenever I get it. And that's what I did.
Yeah. Smart move.
All right. Well, I think maybe things are winding down a little bit. Any final thoughts on any stuff here today?
No. Super Skid Marks boxers.
Ah, gross.
Yeah, that's what those guys in that video had.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
Chat's gone off the rails in gross territory.
You guys want to talk about what you got going on in your channel next week?
Well, I'll be posting pinball videos straight through Christmas. Christmas Eve will be a Charlie Brown Christmas pinball. And then a couple spatterings in there. I've got videos ready to go for me playing Motor City Patrol and Stanley the Search for Dr. Livingston. And then finally, I can actually start getting back into playing more. I'm not really actually looking forward to the next game I'm playing. Next game I'm playing is Zero Tolerance. And that game did not ever really speak to me at all. So
it was, but you know what? The first person shooter on the home computer collection one, the home, whatever Heroes, that one I liked a lot better.
Well, I'm not really fond of first person shooters that don't use a mouse and keyboard. So
I see. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, I get that.
Oh, my favorite pinball M table? It's easily Chucky. Chucky's Killer Pinball is my favorite one.
Hey, stop it. I haven't got that one yet.
I'm just saying it's my favorite one. I'm just saying.
Everybody's been watching my members only streams the last couple of days know how much I love the Thing table. Trying to get all three skulls in that. What's going on my channel? All right, so games and stuff is happening tomorrow. The last show of the year, me and Crow, I'll be giving away some free games tomorrow. One of them will be Death Stranding on Steam.
Cool.
I got it in a mystery bundle, so I've got that one. I'll be giving that away, and I may be gifting some memberships tomorrow too, because now we have a ability as channel members to gift memberships every month. So
I need to look into that.
Happen. And coming up in channel, well, I got some pinball stuff up. I got the Thing tables up, Duke Nukem pinballs up, Duke Nukem collections up, Gloomhaven. So tons of stuff on my channel also. Go check it out. All kinds of coolness coming. But yeah, game and stuff tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST. Be there, because we might talk games, we might not.
Yeah, we might talk about games or stuff.
Or stuff. Mostly it's been stuff.
Mostly it's been games.
Mostly it's been games. Yeah. Yeah, checking out. Because the sales won't happen. The big Steam sale starts next Thursday, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll be peeking into that. So what I got? Yeah, so yeah, me and Rich will do culling. We'll do a culling on Retro Gamers at some point. He has been crazy. He's been crazy busy, hence why he wasn't here today. Actually, he's slowly trickled out content. Which, if you look at his chat, like he actually hasn't had a chance yet to dive into the new Evercade collections, but he's prepping for it though. He's got his unboxing videos and all that good stuff. So, and actually, I had to look. So what I have next week is finally going to be doing like my first impressions of the Good Boy Galaxy and Witch and Whiz collection. So you can look forward to that. And kind of what I've been doing is I've been trading off. So I'll have one of the new collections, and then maybe after that I'll have I'll have to do like a follow-up video of after I've been playing it for 2 weeks. So I've been switching off or I think then the one after that will be full void. So that's what I'm kind of been doing to get caught up. And we will still have another one next week. I think we're still going to continue through the end of the year. Just not everyone may be able to be here, but I think we'll still I think they'll still be. I think two of us will always be able to. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be here next Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. That's right. I will too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only the 23rd. I'm a no-go. I won't be here until in January. So next week will be my last show because I'm on holidays. I'm leaving to go visit family. So.
Nice. That'll be cool.
I gotta take a boat for like 2 hours.
Cool. So yeah, we'll still be having stuff.
Any of you do Evercade? I don't do that stuff anymore. Sorry, man. I got more important things to do than do those videos. I don't think anybody do Evercade. I used to do all of those things, firmware updates and all that.
So listen, I'll be completely transparent and honest. So really, here's what it depends upon. There are times for Evercade where there's like slow content, right? Where there's not much to talk about. So if there weren't any new games or anything else that excite me, and there's like, hey, there are these new firmware features, and I felt that it's worth talking about, I'll do a video. But something where we're inundated with a bunch of carts and other things that really excite me a lot more, I'm going to talk about that instead. If it's like for me, in my schedule, for me, like to do 2 videos a week, it has to be something like real breaking news, like the latest computer collection. I could have done a reaction video, but if that was like Sega collection, yes, you can 100%. So it just depends on what's going on now, how much content we have, how busy there's a lot of things. So it just depends, right?
Total.
Some of us
Evercade
did.
podcast.
Some of us did in the past. I think we used to do videos. Like I think Pete, I think you may have did them more like before Wi-Fi to kind of show tutorials, and now it's like Wi-Fi. It's easy.
Yeah, I used to do all that kind of stuff. I was fully like Evercade would sneeze. I do a video on it, but you know, that ended last year or 2 years ago. Total Evercade podcast. Is that the one that's on Retro Gaming Revival?
I thought that was
on that show a couple years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you were. They asked me to be on a long time ago, but I told them, I just typed that in the chat, but I had to tell them no because they do it. Since they're in the UK, they do it at a time where I'm working. So
yeah, I did it too. I did their show. They're great, actually. That's one with Dobbs and all those on there. I did their show 2 years ago, and it was during my lunchtime at work. So yeah, they're good show. Good show.
I was on their show a while back, and then I don't know. I think somebody from there got argumentative with me on Facebook.
Yeah, well, you argue a lot. You're always arguing with somebody. So
yeah.
No, I enjoyed their show. But yeah, I've been on there before.
I haven't been able to watch them recently because every time they have one going on, they're talking about stuff I haven't gotten to yet, so I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mean like a guest, like other than Blaze?
No.
We might have Rich on as a guest once or twice.
I will take this show back before I allow any other guests on this show.
So Pete feels strong about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. It's just this show was created by myself and Rich to have individuals on there who are fans of retro games and stuff like that. I really didn't like having Evercast, Blaze people on the show. I really didn't, because I felt like we were like payola, like, I didn't like that. So I'm kind of, but yeah, no.
I love having Blaze on and getting insight and finding out new.
It feels too icky. It started to feel icky. Like, they're good people and stuff. It just felt icky to me. It's hard to be.
Speak your mind when you're worried you're going to insult somebody who's sitting right there.
Yeah, and they stop talking to you, right? So it was pretty evident when I started getting critical of Evercade. Like, I haven't heard from Ryan and Sean or Andrew in a year. So, it's hard to get critical when you're buddies with them, right? So, yeah, it's too bad.
For me, I'm different. Like, that doesn't matter. Like, I will still be, so I will say that, like, for me, like, I it's one of those things where I want to say there's, like to your point, Pete, I'm trying to articulate myself. Like, the reason we have this is because we have like such a passion, and I think because you do have a passion for something, it's important to give critical feedback. Otherwise, you don't want to be like one of those YouTube channels that just makes a 5-minute video, plays it, and they're like, yes, I like this part. And for advertising, that's great. But yeah, to your point, we're passionate.
Well, that's what I said. We started getting critical, or not critical so much as just giving our feedback, and they stopped talking to us. So that's not on us. But Tales from Judeland Waste, yeah. Other enthusiasts? I mean,
like who?
I don't know anybody out there that is big in Evercade and, would want to come on the show. Like, fans I'm okay with, but like there's certain people out there that are fake fans of the Evercade, and they're doing it for clicks, and it's very easy to see through their videos.
Yes.
I don't want to name names right now, but there's certain people out there that do it just as a growing their channel or whatever, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's one person who is passionate. I think like if John Hancock wanted to be a guest and talk Evercade.
You've been already on here. I had John Hancock on the show a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
Before it went to John Hancock was on the show with us. That was 2 years ago, I think. Or was that on another show?
No, that
might have been a different show, because if he was on, it was before I was on.
That was on Emiko. What was my show?
Yes. Was that AAA?
Yeah, was that AAA? Yeah,
it might have been AAA.
But yeah, John, I know. John will get on. I can reach out to John and ask him if you want, Ed. I know John Hancock.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Something like that. But that's what people. Yeah, to your point. Yeah, we just don't want some like random person. That's why I was like, who would people want? And that's kind of that's like yeah. I agree with you,
funny, right? Like
like
everybody assumes that my channel is an Evercade channel because it's Ever Canadian, but it was never really. It was basically, I'm Canadian. I will forever be Canadian. It was a fun play on words with Evercade. But Evercade's my least performing video content on my channel. It has been since I started. the best videos I do is Steam Deck videos, and Portal videos, and Playdate videos are better than Evercade. So Evercade really performs crappy on my channel. I do it because I love it.
Your full channel name is Forever Canadian.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I do it for the love of Evercade because it performs like crap on my channel. But I absolutely love the Evercade and the ecosystem and the community. So, like, you can go check out my numbers. Like, I barely get a couple hundred views on an Evercade video, but I love it. That's why I do it. If I wanted to be successful in YouTube, to be honest with you, I know I'm off topic, I would only do Steam Deck videos because I think I could probably hit 100,000 subscribers just focusing 100% on Steam Deck. But I screw myself because I do videos on stuff I love, like Playdate and retro stuff and Portal and Steam Deck and Neo and stuff. That's why.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, definitely. That's why, like, on my second channel, when I would throw Steam Deck videos out, they do really. I hear you, but you have to do what you're passionate about.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Like, that's not a job for me. I have a job. Like, this is just for fun.
Exactly. And
that's who does pinball videos out of nowhere? I do. I love them.
Yeah. No, and that's why I do just Evercade. You do what you love and all that. But yeah. So to answer your question, that's why this podcast was like created like for us, like by us to like for people who are like enthusiasts who are into it, who aren't like huge YouTubers, who just love Evercade. And with that said, I want to get to 1,000 subs. Very close.
Crow's taking me to the dark side. I was already there. That's how I met Crow. That's how I met Crow, because these pinball videos, and I just, like an idiot, forgot that. Hey, maybe try them on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is we don't want to get someone on here either, like you said, either who isn't as into Evercade just so they can get clicks, or just somebody to get big for the sake of it. Like, and that's why I bring up someone like John Hancock. Like, I know he's an enthusiast. He loves, he loves retro. He loves physical media. He loves Evercade.
He's a good person. Like, I've met him 4 times now. Like, I don't know him like great. I just met him 4 times, and every time I met him, he was gracious. He was nice. Like, he didn't remember my name the second time. Then the 3rd and 4th time he remembered me, but that was pretty cool. I would assume that he would never remember my names, but it's just that he comes up here for the Retro Expo every year. I'm only here for clicks. Yeah, man, I would love it one day to, make a living off of YouTube, but that'll never happen.
No.
Well, the funny thing is, like, you could make a living, but you wouldn't be making as much money as you could not making a living off YouTube.
No, for me, I've always just said it's nice if you can just have if you can have a hobby pay for itself. That's all. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why my card collecting one that's almost to the point where it's paying for my hockey card packs a month. So like that one there is paying for my secondary hobby. If people don't know, I collect hockey cards, but yeah. So that one's almost doing it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Evercade.
That, and I've said for me that it's my therapy, right?
But also too, remember everybody in the chat, this show is like 4 buddies who enjoy talking to each other about gaming and Evercade. So, it's not an interview show, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Unless we're interviewing each other all the time, every day, every week.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, I do really like the Total Evercade podcast. Now that I remember, I didn't know that's what it was called. I always just thought it was like the British version of us.
Yeah.
Oh wait, who came first, us or them? We could be the Canadian American version of them.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
But The Office?
No, the one. So
there's lots of other shows like that. I've never seen The Office myself, but
God, Crow, really?
No,
really.
The one thing I will say that I don't, and again, I don't, like I said, Blaze doesn't talk to us more, but so you have your MJs and popular channels that spread the word of Evercade. But I want to say that our channels, I think, are the most important, because I think that's what sucks people in. That's because of Pete Crow and Rich. That's how I got involved in Evercade.
Yeah, we need the big channels. I used to get in so much. People used to piss on me all the time when I used to early on in Evercade. I used to talk about we need Metal Jesus Rocks, we need John Hancock, we need Pixel Person, whatever his name is, Mad Little Pixel, because they might not be involved in the community like us, but we need them talking about Evercade because it gets awareness, so the product can keep creating products, which we want, right? I want them to be successful. Are you a Canucks fan? Yes, I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, and a Canucks is my second team. But yes,
Yep.
I am a Canucks fan.
Yeah, you guys see that's what I mean. Like you may see one of the bigger channels, and then you may get like a recommendation from one of ours, and then you get into it, and then you get sucked into the eco. So yeah, I think it's all. I'm just saying. I just hope they haven't forgotten that factor. That like I think the smaller channel. We're all important, right? That's all.
If I'm looking at this correctly, the total Evercade podcast is only 9 months old. That doesn't sound right, does it?
No, I think they rebranded because I was on it like a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I was on there. There's probably a video of me on there talking some nonsense as I normally do. But yeah. Yeah, I was the OG. I think so too. I would think it was a regular OG talking about it, and at least this company didn't burn down. I didn't bring any bad luck to this one. But, yeah. You know what? I'm very close, just to let you guys know, and I'm going to be doing a special video on it. I am very close to... Oh, shit. Where's it at? I am very close to my 200th Evercade video. I'm only 3 videos away from 200 Evercade videos on this channel.
Nice.
Pretty close.
100 Evercade.
Oh, crud.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, my God. Oh, so
yeah, where's your poll?
I totally forgot. Thank you. I'm so glad because I know one. Thank you so much for reminding me about that. Because
Okay, can I ban Lloyd for reminding us of that?
Well, thank you, Lloyd. No, because
he actually reminded several times. I think you guys missed it a couple times.
I totally apologize.
We're off on a tangent as we normally do.
Okay, there we go.
Well, actually, the channel itself first started posting live content 2 years ago. So I think you're still older because I think you've been doing it for 3.
I was just speaking the truth, man. I was just speaking the truth. I give props where props are due. They're doing okay now, except they just bricked my VS.
Alrighty, so here's a fun poll, and I love over 100 votes. I love it. I love it when I get like at least 10% of people. So I just had to ask. This is just something fun. What will you be doing over the holidays? Spending time with family, 18%. This used to be the highest. Hiding and playing video games. Like maybe you're somewhere, like relatives just kind of in the corner, 13%. And then the sad one, holidays. I have to work. I'm sorry to those people. And then, hey, why not both? 52%. Yeah, why can't you do both? Game and spend time with family. And so. Then RMGP, yeah, checking out Full Void with a full belly. Yes, everybody, you've got to play that collection. Oh my God, that's just a great experience.
Is it a collection if there's only one game?
You're right. I correct myself. A game, not a collection. Yeah, like a collection of one game.
I can't get past the elevator.
So yeah, I do appreciate everyone's participation. Thank you for reminding me because I like to get the poll of where people are at because sometimes. Maybe I'm thinking a certain thing, and I'm like, well, does everybody else kind of feel that way, or is it just me? RGB, I'm having trouble getting the poll up this week.
It might be a medical condition.
That is great. So yeah, it's a fun weekly little thing I like to do. So yeah. Otherwise, I would have been mad at myself. So yeah, remind me if I ever forget like that, guys. All right, I know you guys won't. The viewers will.
What are you talking about?
The polls. If I forget to show my poll.
For that.
No blue pills this time. Yeah, I know. Sometimes they can get pretty crazy. Kind of whatever mood that I'm in. But yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching. We've said this before. We do really appreciate. We do this show because you guys are so much fun, guys and gals, whatever, interactive and all that. We do love everyone's involvement. And all that type of stuff. So yeah, I guess before we end it here, Crow, do you want to play anything before I play the ending credits? No. Bye guys.
Dating.